A lot has changed as far as filmmaking, as far as what Lee was saying about studios. But now is the independent world. So it's much more than just studio pictures and a lot more opportunities for actors to work. And I know that what I love about both of you is you love to work. And you love to do not only the studio things, but the independence. I know there's a lot of independent filmmakers out in this audience that probably would love to have you in their pictures. As long,
Just give us a script. Leave the scripts at the door. We'll.
So what is next for?
Can I say something about something that's really changed in this business? Is that the monitor? Now, back when we used to shoot, we'd do a scene, or if you were a director, if you're directing a scene, you'd look at the camera operator and he'd nod his head. That means he got it, so let's move on. Nowadays, they have this wire going back to about 20 people in the back where you can't see them. They're all gathered around these monitors, and there's so many chiefs and not enough Indians, and they have nitpick everything, and it takes forever. I mean, that's the one thing that I found in this business. It's just drives me up the wall sometimes.
Yeah, I agree with you on that, and as an actor, I always, I used to look at the director as my audience, for your approval, or disapproval, and now, and the director, as Lee says, used to sit right there by the camera, and he'd watch the scene very carefully, and they don't do that anymore. They're, as he says, back, in Video Village, looking at the monitors, and I really miss not having the director on the set, to say, cut, print, good, let's go,
Yeah. It reminds me of a quick story. I did William Wyler's last film. He was a wonderful, terrific director, probably one of the best ever. And Lee J. Cobb and I were doing a scene in a movie called Liberation of LBJ or LB Jones or something like that. Anyway, all we did was walk through a door, walk to the desk, and we had this dialogue. And William Wyler is sitting there in his director's chair like this, and he has emphysema so bad that you could hear him wheezing while you're acting. And he couldn't hear, so he had a thing in his ear to the microphone boom guy up there so he could hear. And he had a little box on the side of the chair. So we would be doing takes, and he would never say anything. He'd just say at the end, he'd say, okay, do it again. So we'd go out, come in again, come out, come in again. Never would say anything to us. And then it got to the point where we'd kind of out of the corner of our eye, even though we could still hear him wheezing, we'd see him do this, but he wouldn't say cut. But then we knew he couldn't hear us. But he'd take the ear thing out where he was supposed to be hearing us and put it down, and he'd make us continue on. So finally, after about 16 takes, he'd say, okay, print 3, 8, and 11. That was it. I don't know what he saw in those. Lee J. Cobb and I thought we were doing it the same every time, but who knows?
Yeah.
Can you explain that one there, Director?